very wide and very sideways there, but managed to control the sliding MX-5 all the way through Clairvaux and up towards this tricky chicane where you don't really want to be taking too much care on the second part because it can make you sideways. But a good bit of driving. Gay drops a wheel off the road. You see the car actually bottom out there. So sparks from the underneath of the number 14 car. But it doesn't seem to lose Gay any speed as they come down towards Tower Bend. So some fantastic onboard footage here, giving us absolutely perfect pickings of the Croft circuit in these tricky conditions. You can see the steering wheel coming out the corner. Just little gentle corrections of oversteer and opposite lock there as we come up towards Jim Clarkes's. Through the very quick left, it's sideways on his corner entry. They are sideways through the chicane. Did he decide to lift out the power? Whatever happened though, James Blake Baldwin kind of gained a little advantage going through that chicane, so you really have to watch what he's doing as he almost drops a wheel off just after Barcroft into Sunny in there. As I've said earlier on, not a place you want to go missing. And number 77, John Coburn Evans, showed us that earlier on as it's come out of Sunny out. The number 2 car looks like it's just hanging by a thread, we could say. Very slippery, very slidey. Using all sorts of extra grip and funny racing lines around this Croft circuit today is James Blake Baldwin. But it's working because he's still ahead of Simon Goddard and still ahead of that hard-charging white car, Ed Gay, who in turn is having a look at Simon Goddard at the hairpin. It's all going wrong. 3 cars will never get through there, gentlemen. And round goes Blake Baldwin. He catches the back. Goddard spins on the grass, and unfortunate for Simon, Goddard goes round in a circle. An absolute disaster. 3 cars trying to go round the tightest corner here at Croft was never going to work. Blake Baldwin does a double spin. Ed Gay just ripped the back bumper off that car. Oh, it all erupted at the hairpin there, and it was Brett Smith who managed to get the best run through that and got away from everybody. We pick back up with Ed Gay. A little bit of damage in the front right corner. You can see it there just beside the headlamp where that would be, sideways round the long right before the chicane. It seems to be the order of the day for absolutely everybody going through there sideways. But what a disaster. Unlucky for Simon Goddard, unlucky for James Blake Baldwin, and also Ed Gay, because 3 into 1 just didn't work there, gentlemen. And it doesn't look like that damage has caused too much of an effect to the handling of Ed Gay's car. However, nobody ever wants to go away from a race meeting with a big dent in the back of it. He's now got Monty all over the back of him in that number 7 car. And if Ed Gay's lame in any way, shape or form, Monty will have him by the time they get round the end of this lap. They're coming through Barcroft now. Wipers on a go-go on Ed Gay's car and still flirting with the edge of the track. And there comes Simon Baldwin through. He's made up a position. Then we've got the Charman. Blackwell Chambers trying to go up the inside of Charman, and Matt Robinson and Alan Henderson all together. Formation flying through Sunny in and Sunny out. And have they held it together without any contact? Yes, good bit of driving, gentlemen. That's how you do it. Up towards the complex. Charman having a good couple of glances in all the mirrors that he has in that MX-5. Trying to see exactly where the men behind him are, but he's got Blackwell Chambers just ahead of him now. The blue car with the green stripes in the bonnet, number 43. So Charlie Charman, has he got an answer for Blackwell Chambers? Because the overtake into Barcroft is a big place to start going past somebody into Sunny Inn. As we are looking back from Clairvaux down the main straight. Lovely shot of these MX-5s turning in there. Monty all over the back of that white number 14 car for Ed Gay. And these guys giving us a great demonstration of racing here in Croft. Last time out Rockingham, it was bone dry for everybody as Gay hangs the back of that 14 car out on the way in and on the way out of the chicane. That looked pretty impressive, that. And Monty would be getting an absolute face filler off opposite lock from Ed Gay. But as we were saying, the last time out at Rockingham, it was bone dry as Monty looks like he's having a look up the inside. But not to be. Not to be. Ed Gay manages to hold him off in these tricky conditions. A complete reversal from Rockingham, the first meeting of the year. Tricky, iffy, wet conditions. These guys showing us their skill here. Absolutely great car control. And still putting in some pretty impressive lap times as we watch Gay hunting for the grip as he comes through the Jim Clarkes's. Out the back of Croft, as people like to say. Out of Barcroft into Sunny, and almost dropping a wheel off there as well was the car ahead of him. And Simon Baldwin goes through now. Blackwell Chambers has actually pulled away quite a bit over Charman. And Henderson now looks like he's attacking have some sort of assault onto Charlie Charman. So Charlie's going to have to really watch here, as Alan Henderson looks a little bit racy and fired up towards the tail end of this race as they come back up towards the complex. In towards the hairpin we come. No defending from Ed Gay there. We thought Monty might have had a little shot up the inside, a little shot in the dark, but not to be. Brett Smith, the next car up the road from Gay. And Brett Smith really, well, in these conditions, as doom and gloomy as they are, he made hay while the sun shone here at Croft when the coming together happened at the hairpin with Simon Goddard, James Blake Baldwin and Ed Gay. The 3-1 was never going to work, and Brett Smith managed to steam on through there. And he picked up 3 positions in one move. And that's as close as it gets here at MX5 Racing. You've got to be on your tiptoes all the time as we see the 14 car again oversteering. I can understand why the director's following Ed Gay, because he has been and is all action all the way. But if anything, he's a little bit slow there though, and Alex, the number 7 car, really draft him down towards Tower. Now Monty needs to have a shot up the inside here. Is he thinking about it? No, he's not. The cars seem to go around the outside of Tower. There's a little drop just as you turn into Tower. The car seems to drop away from you just that little bit. And everybody's hunting for the grip right round the outside white line as the guys come back up towards the Jim Clark S's once again. Named after that famous Formula 1 driver from Duns, from Churnside, Jim Clark. Then we come up towards Barcroft and into, we wish it was Sunny. Sunny in and then Sunny out, and Brett Smith is going to have to watch because these two guys are working together well. Monty, by not attacking Ed Gay is actually dragging them both up towards the back of Brett Smith, so good bit of class driving from Monty. He's not making Ed Gay drive defensively, so the lap times are still very strong. So as we head in towards the complex, there's the number 39 car of Brett Smith. There's 14 and 7, Gay and Monty. And a clever bit of driving from the number 7 car actually, not making Gay defend as we come through. But there's John Coburn Evans, and here he is, the man we haven't seen very much of at all. Probably a good time to give him a mention. Tom Roach steaming away at the front of this MX5 race, looking to make it 3 out with 3, going for the treble. Like to go away with a nice 102 points from this race to match the previous 2 which he had earlier on. Once in the dry, once in the wet, and looking like making it a double in the wet, and as I say, a triple for the whole weekend up here in Croft at Darlington. The Blendini Motorsport car has led from the get-go. It has not been headed. And Tom Roach looks like he has this completely and utterly in the bag. Having said that, there's always the commentator's curse which can get thrown about the place. But he comes up towards the complex, ticking off the laps, doing everything absolutely perfect in that car. Again, catching JCE, John Coburn Evans, right towards the end of the race. It's not been the best Croft meeting for John Coburn Evans, but it has been complete polar opposite for Tom Roach. It possibly couldn't get any better as Tom Roach comes through the final hairpin and accelerates out on the main straight. He passes the stricken bumper there of Blake Baldwin, and down the main straight goes Tom Roach, and it's another commanding win as he takes a checker flag. The Blendini Motorsport man could not be headed. Nobody had an answer for him as he heads in towards turn 1 to take all the applause from everybody here at Croft today. What a fantastic race from Tom Roach. The Blendini car and driver never put a foot wrong. Tricky conditions, and now the showboating really begins. Look at Roachy hanging in the back of that car up there. Photographer in the background getting a lovely big shot of that car going sideways there. Tom salutes the marshals and heads off to enjoy his cool down. So final results for race 3 sees Tom Roach from Alex Preston and Ed Gay, Wayne Lamonte from Brett Smith and Will Blackwell Chambers in 6th. Alan Henderson, the hard-charging Henderson, was 7th, with Robinson, Goddard and Coombs coming home in 10th place. What a cracking meeting at Croft. And there's more MX-5s coming soon.
Yeah, it was a tough third race. The weather was playing havoc. I don't think anyone knew what it was doing. I don't think the weather knew what it was doing, and it got really greasy throughout the race, and it was quite hard to keep it in a straight line. But it was really good. I had some really good battles out there. Wayne did really well to come through, and we worked together to catch up behind Brett. And then unfortunately Brett got a 5-second penalty, so that promoted us up to third. So I think he's looking quite good in the championship. Hopefully leave here second or third in the championship. So that's really promising, and yeah, can't wait for the next round.
I was very pleased again. Race number 3, another fantastic start again. The car's been launching brilliantly just off the line. Again, straight into second position, but this time it didn't get past me this time, so that was really good. Managed to hold on to Tom for a few laps. Well, not a few laps, a few corners more like. And then he was just off. He's very consistent in the wet, so I tried to hang on, but yeah, consistency didn't really work. And then it started drying up a little bit more, so the car was feeling a little bit less well on the handling because it was set up more for wet conditions. But no, the car's really good. Didn't really have any competition because I just kind of drove away because all the others were battling with each other. But no, very relaxed race, and I managed to bring it home second, so very pleased.
Yeah, a brilliant race again. The car's been going fantastic all weekend, and 3 wins out of 3 races. Couldn't ask for a better weekend. Again, thanks to Blendini Motorsport and Blink Motorsport for a fantastic car. I think either Drew or Glyn was trying to slow me down because I saw a 5-second penalty come out, so then I was like, right, I got to try and make sure I'm in the lead. But yeah, I think we had a big lead by the end. It was brilliant.